Hello, this is Seth Fish, and I'm here to talk today about how to make a wall of vines and overgrowth. So there is 3 sections to this that I need to talk about. The first one is the actual wall. For this section, we actually used some Lego bricks that we had bought for pretty cheap, and we stacked these together. They're about 6 inches wide, 1 foot long, 6 inches tall, and they stacked quite nicely. We also did some areas that was walls made out of traditional Luan walls, and those worked pretty good for the same application. But this section I'm talking about, we used the brick. We did 2 things to it. First, we painted it a base gray, and then for a deteriorated weather look, we went ahead and used something called Flex Bond. We bought this at your local hardware store. We mixed it to about a shake consistency, and then we could apply it pretty easily. It was pretty cheap and it went pretty far and give us this next textured weather look. Then to create the vines, it was 3 elements. The first element I need to talk about is something called erosion cloth. This is something we got from Amazon. It was pretty cheap for a 4-foot section by 225 feet long. It's something they use in the landscaping industry to hold down your ground from erosion, but for our stage effects, it worked pretty nicely because what you do is you take a section, you cut it, and then when you hang it, you just use some scissors or a knife and you tear it up, and then you just start running your fingers through it and pulling it and separating it, and that has this really nice look of pulling it apart, because the more it looks like it's still man-made, the more artificial it looks. So if you pull it and just kind of comb your fingers and knives through it, you really get these nice distressed look. Another thing you can do with it is you can just kind of roll it up and tighten it and then staple it down, and that gives you a nice vine effect as well. I think I saw one of my there's one of my screws hiding in there to hold it in. But yeah, so what we did is we just taped it to the top, and then we just stressed it and we pulled it apart and we stapled it. And then we took green spray paint and we just lightly feathered it with green spray paint all over. And then we took some more vines that we got from Amazon for pretty cheap. And it didn't actually take too much vines to make this. This is just a few strands of vines, but if you interlace them through there, or if you go and you put it inside of your twisted root look, or you just take a couple and you make them run through, you get this really nice full effect. This took me about an hour as a prototype to make, and it went a lot faster as we went on in developing the look for other areas. And then what we did for a final added touch is we went out and found some real nature. These are just some branches and vines we found out sitting around outside, and you just interlace them in with it, and it gives you a really nice walled effect. It was made really quickly for pretty cheap for what we were doing. I hope that helps you. We added bark on the ground real quick just for some added effect. And also some of the erosion cloth fell, and vines just naturally fell on the ground, and that added a really nice texture on the floor as well. I hope that helps. I hope you can make some good things with these, and I'll talk to you later.